Welcome back, everyone. Today's deep dive is, well, a little different.
Oh, how so?
We're taking a close look at a single morning glory plant.
A single plant.
Right.
Interesting. Where'd you find this little gem?
A blog post, actually. Kiameng.org. It's called, let me see, Notes on Gardening, Part 395. So, the morning glory have blooms again.
Catchy title.
Right. The author, Ang, seems to be a software developer who also happens to be a pretty passionate gardener.
Software developer, huh? Well, that's a fun twist.
Yeah. And that's what makes this deep dive so intriguing. It's not some professional's perfectly manicured garden. It's just one guy, one plant, and a story that, well, kind of surprised me.
I'm all ears.
So the blog post starts with Ang talking about how excited he is that his lone surviving morning glory is blooming again.
Lone survivor. Sounds like this little plant's been through a lot.
It does, right? He almost seems surprised it made it, you know?
I see what you mean. I guess to appreciate this, we should probably touch on what morning glories are like, generally. I mean, they are beautiful with those trumpet-shaped flowers, but
Yeah, I was going to say, those flowers, they only last for, like, a day, right?
yep, they bloom in the morning, and by afternoon, they're gone.
Wow, that's kind of sad.
It is. But they grow fast, like vines, though they can be a bit finicky.
And speaking of growing, Ang mentions that he transplanted this morning glory to a larger pot with a trellis.
Transplanting.
Yeah.
Always a risky move.
I know, right? I
Yeah.
get stressed just thinking about moving apartments. Can't imagine what it does to a plant.
Yeah, it's definitely a shock to their system. Their roots get all messed up.
Yeah.
And it makes it harder for them to take in all the good stuff, the water, the nutrients,
Makes sense.
especially for something like a morning glory that needs to grow fast to be able to even bloom in the first place.
So this little survivor was already up against it. But then, oh, here's the kicker.
What's that?
He mentions making a mistake when he was training it to grow on the trellis.
Oh, what do you do?
He started at the top of the trellis, not the base.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops. That's right. Did that totally mess things up?
Well, with vining plants, training is super important. You're basically telling them where to climb, right? So they can get enough sunlight.
Yeah.
And naturally, they want to climb upwards. Starting at the base, makes sense.
Yeah, because they cling to the trellis as they grow.
Exactly.
So starting at the top, was that like backward?
Kinda. It'd be like us trying to climb a ladder from the top run.
Okay, yeah, that's not easy. And for a plant already stressed from being moved, wow. But it's blooming. I mean, he says it's blooming. You got to give it credit for that.
That's true. But get this.
What?
Ang says he's not going to grow morning glories again.
What? After all this, why?
Right. You'd think he'd be hooked. Maybe it was too much work. He does talk about, like, battling whiteflies
Ah, white flies. The worst.
and fertilizing. And morning glories, they grow so fast, I bet they need a lot of attention.
I guess so. So we have this lone little warrior, this morning glory, transplanted, misdirected, fighting off pests, and it's still blooming.
It really makes you wonder, what can we learn from something like that?
Hmm.
It's inspiring, isn't it? What can we apply to our own lives, to our own challenges?
I like that. And I think that's a perfect place to pause for now. We'll pick back up with that thought in the next part of our deep dive. I'm kind of blown away by this morning glory. Like I'm rethinking my whole approach to gardening now.
Yeah. How so?
I've always been more about, keeping things alive, not necessarily helping them, like, thrive.
I see what you mean.
But this morning glory, it didn't just survive, it flourished. It bloomed even after being moved and trained wrong and dealing with those, what were they?
Whiteflies.
Right, the whiteflies.
Yeah.
That's some serious resilience,
Absolutely. It makes you think, what if, instead of just bouncing back from setbacks, we actually use them to get stronger, like more adaptable?
That's a good point.
This morning glory had to, right?
Yeah.
A new environment, that trellis thing, the whiteflies. Each challenge basically forced it to become more resourceful.
And it's still blooming. Like, that's got to be a sign of something good, right?
There. It tells me this plant is tough, but also smart. It worked with its environment, not against it. That's a good lesson for anyone, not just gardeners.
Oh, hey. Speaking of resourceful, Ang mentioned using eggshells as fertilizer.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like a thing? A secret gardening trick?
It's actually pretty common and effective, too. Eggshells, they have a lot of calcium, which is really good for plants.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Helps make them strong, sturdy stems, better resistance to pests. Good stuff.
So he's not just helping it survive, he's giving it what it needs to actually, like, thrive. I love that. And he's not even, like, a professional gardener.
Right. Remember, he's a software developer. He's just using what he have, finding creative solutions. I think that's pretty inspiring, honestly.
He even says that morning glories, even though they're not his favorite, helped him, quote, refine his gardening skills. I feel like there's something deeper there, you know?
I think he's realizing that even when things aren't always fun, you can still learn from them. It's about embracing the process, the learning, the growing, even when there are mistakes or, surprises along the way.
Yeah, I can relate to that. It's like whether it's gardening or learning something new or even just work stuff, there are always going to be those moments where you just got to figure things out.
Exactly.
And those moments, they shape you.
Right. They're part of how we reach our goals, whatever those goals are.
Okay, so for our listener out there, what's the takeaway from all this? What can they learn from this amazing morning glory?
Well, think about it. If this morning glory can overcome all that, being transplanted, trained wrong, those pests,
Hmm.
imagine what we can achieve when we tap into that same kind of resilience.
Wow, that's powerful.
It really is. It's a reminder that we're all capable of incredible things. When we embrace challenges, find creative solutions, and don't give up.
It's like that morning glory. It didn't just survive, it bloomed beautifully. What a great message.
It is, isn't it?
It's pretty amazing, right? What we can learn from, well, a morning glory.
It is. I mean, it makes you think, what are we all capable of, right? We
Yeah.
could all just tap into that resilience.
Aang actually said that this experience, even with all the ups and downs, it helped him become a better gardener.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. He said it refined his skills.
Refined, exactly. And, it's not just gardening, is it?
No, not at all. It's like any challenge, any mistake, it can actually teach you something.
Exactly. So it's not about avoiding those tough moments, it's about learning from them.
Right. It's how we grow.
So I guess if we had to, sum it all up for our listeners, what would it be? What's the big takeaway?
Well, let me ask you this. If this one little morning glory could thrive, even after being transplanted and, trained the wrong way at first,
Yeah.
what seemingly impossible thing are you capable of achieving?
Yeah.
If you just had a little bit of that resilience and a little redirection.
Whoa, that's a good one.
Right. Maybe it's time to, dust off that project you put aside.
Mm,
Or finally go for that goal that seems, just out of reach.
I love that.
Whatever it is, just remember this morning glory. Embrace the challenges, find creative solutions, and don't ever underestimate yourself.
Don't give up.
Exactly. And hey, maybe try those eggshells in your garden.
Uh-huh. Right. Who knew?
It's funny, huh? Sometimes the simplest things are the best.
Well, this has been a truly inspiring deep dive. I never thought I'd say this, but thank you, Morning Glory.
Right. Amazing what we can learn from nature, isn't it?
It really is. And on that note, we'll wrap things up here. Until next time, everyone, keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, even a single morning glory can teach us some pretty incredible things about life.